What up, world? This the Giphted Family Podcast where we're born to succeed and built to inspire. This your boy Giphted.
And Boss Lady J.
All right. We want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight because we got somebody special in the building. It's my boy, my player partner. He's a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, CEO. He's a manager, a reality TV star, technology developer, and a father. He's collaborated with artists like Wiz Khalifa, French Montana, Remy Ma. Been in the game about 20 years. The CEO and founder of the great ones. My brother, my fam, my partner, Nathaniel the Great.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So, man, just getting into everything, man. How does it feel doing the release party with Mia Snow? You know, this weekend, the weekday, I'm sorry about that. This weekday, how was that for you?
It was dope, man, because especially when you have an album that you put so much time into and energy, the album took about a year to develop. I mean, we had multiple release dates that we had to keep pushing based on her wanting to add records and little changes in the mix. So to finally have the project drop and then to have people there to listen to it in real time, it's a special feeling, man.
That's good.
We were definitely in the building, and oh my God, it sounds good. It's ready. Like, it's ready. You can tell y'all was in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah, we was.
Yeah. Because I seen Zoo. He laced it up, man. He laced it up.
Yeah, shout to Zoo, man.
Yeah, we locked eyes, and he was like, "You listening?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm listening." Most definitely, man. So, for the people that don't know, man, tell them about your childhood and where you're from and what inspired you to get in the mode that you're in now.
So I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I pretty much grew up singing in the church. That was just my whole family, mother, my father. I don't know my pops, but I heard he sung too.
Right.
But I was the youngest out of 7, so I watched all my siblings sing. Aunts, uncles. It's just natural to be in music. We grew up doing like talent shows locally in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And we was an R&B group early on. We studied like Jagged Edge, 112, all of the real R&B singers. And then eventually I ended up going solo.
Yeah.
Just us growing out of it. Chasing girls, just teenagers, just diverting from what our original plan was.
Right.
And for me, I needed to find a way to separate myself from the average artist. So I'm like, instead of just trying to drop music, let me start trying to write for some people.
Right.
So I would reach out to different producers and managers to just pin hooks for their artists. And eventually they started landing some of my joints. My first record had Papoose is a hook he chose.
Okay.
And he kept me on the record. So it was me being more than just the guy that wrote it.
Right.
It gave me an identity. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah, I was honored for that. And then after a while, other artists started jumping on stuff. French Montana, LL Cool J ended up jumping on one of my songs. And then it was like this whole thing just snowballed into.
That's dope.
Yeah, appreciate it. But that was like the inspiration, just me being in the hood with my brothers, my family, and growing up in church. That led me to music.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope.
Appreciate it.
So as far as brothers, sisters, and so where do you fall in the birth order?
I'm the baby out of 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Out of 7. It's crazy.
So you had to get your voice heard some kind of way.
That's a fact. I had to fight for it.
Man, that's cool. So growing up, who inspired you?
I would say my family first and foremost. My family, me watching them, it's nobody that I was able to put in front of them. They all sing better than me, mind you. I'm the worst.
No,
I'm the worst. Yo, I always tell people that I'm like, they nice. I just like learned a little bit. I grab bits and pieces. Everybody nice. They nice. But my family, but outside of my family, I would say like Jagged Edge, 112. Music Soul Child.
Okay.
My number one inspiration. He was the only artist that I actually went out and physically bought copies of his CD.
Yeah.
Especially during the time when we was downloading stuff off of Napster and LimeWire.
Right.
I went into the store, bought the hard copy of his joint, and I would listen to it in a CD player, the Walkman. So, those are my top 3. Jay-Z.
Okay.
He from Marcy Projects. I'm from Fort Greene. We from up the block from each other, from Brooklyn. So, yeah, those are my top inspirations.
Dope.
It sounds like family is a big part.
Yeah.
Of your life period. So how do you balance fatherhood?
Man.
Within your career, within your busy schedule. I mean, how do you balance that?
One of the things I notice, a lot of people, they try to make this separation, but you got to realize that it's all the part of this one thing.
Right.
So you don't have to look at it like, oh, this, and this, that. It's like, my kids and my family is a part of this like ecosystem of like when I'm in the crib, I'm working on stuff. One of my kids is with me right there.
Right.
I'm out the door. I'm FaceTiming them while I'm going to an event. I may be like, oh, let me try to get out of here in time to stop at Walmart to grab a toy or something.
Right.
You know, it's this whole cycle where you can't really try to break it apart because then you'll feel like one is taken away from the other.
Right.
Yeah, it's no way to. And then y'all know my kids, they need me around. They all over me. Yeah, they spoil you. They always, so it's like I can't separate them dudes.
Man, I could imagine, man. Those guys.
We love them like our own.
I know. I appreciate y'all. I know, man. They've been asking for y'all just ridiculously.
Look, they made the Christmas list and everything.
I know, right?
You know.
They waiting, boy.
So like the people that's looking in on the outside looking in, like, so for them, like, you know, most people think that is an overnight thing, but they don't understand the, you know, the trials and tribulations and the sacrifice that you make. Can you touch on that a little bit for them, like to let them know that it's not an easy overnight success? It's a process.
Your journey.
Yeah, it is. And the funny thing about it, like you'll have multiple successes, multiple moments of success. It's like the ebbs and flows. It's the rises and falls. Like you're going to have good moments and then it's going to be slow moments. So even if you see an artist that it seems like it's overnight, that they may have that moment. And then what about a year later? Where are they? Then what about 5 years later? So it's really no constant success anyway. Every day is another fight to get up and go at it. And then another thing, you may spend 10 years, just like myself, of building and building.
Right.
And then when you finally pop, everybody's seeing you for the first time. You successful to them.
Right.
But you got people who saw you for a decade just trying to get it out the mud. So for anybody that is looking, of course, it's not overnight, but some people get lucky and it happens faster. But then you got to think about how long is that going to last? The more time you put into it, the longer the possibility is for it to last because you slowly cooked it. Exactly. You have a stronger foundation. So, you know, you want it to take time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So when you out, I don't know if you necessarily like scout artists or how do you know like that's the one, like, or do you look at them? Because I mean, I feel like you do development. So you look at them and like, hey, I can work with that. They may not have everything. They may not be that total package, but I can get them there. How do you?
Man, it's so interesting because I never looked. My first artist outside of myself was my son, the older one. And then once we moved down here and he enrolled into college, or like I told him to enroll into college, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just pause this music thing for a while. Go there, find yourself, you know, go just figure out socially how to develop. He joined the frat, you know, he's really in the mix now, but that was my first artist, and of course I wasn't looking. He just kept coming in the room while I'm recording like Cairo and King. And the next thing you know, they make their own song, and you're like, "Am I gonna push this?" Like, it's so wild how it happens. But outside of them, it's the same formula with the other artists. Like I'm just in my world doing what I do, and it's always artists writing me, DMing me, or around me, but I don't look. It's just sometimes something ends up in front of me, and I'm like, "This look interesting," and then I may say, "Hey, we doing this event over here, or it's this networking event. Come pop out, go get in the room, and then we'll see how the person is moving around the room, how they carry themselves." Right. And then after a while, it's like, you know, the combo of working together don't even come for months. At first, I'm just chilling and meet somebody that's cool, right, and I think they dope, but I'm not thinking about signing them. Really, it just comes to where we like, yo, and I'm like, how can I help you? How can I support you? And before you know, it's like, well, you don't have an artist, a manager, you don't have a label. I guess I'm a manager. I guess I'm a label. Let's do something.
I'm gonna take you on.
Yeah, why not? You know, let's take a chance.
Right. So it kind of happens organically, like basically, like, you know what I'm saying, the vibe pretty much. Yep. And then it just goes from there and spark into something else. Yep. So that's a beautiful thing, man, because it kind of has that genuine effect.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, very true.
And then y'all actually build from there, and then it becomes more like a family. Yeah. Yeah, that's dope.
And the funny thing, even when you use the word family, I realize I'm still in a space where it's so personal to me. I can't work with an artist that I don't like. I can't work with an artist that I don't care about. Right. Mia is like my daughter. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hooper James, he's like a little brother, and he's just developing by the day. Things happen that sometimes you find yourself where you have to support the artist in different ways. Hooper, my newer artist, his car got broken into, like right when we first started working together. He called me right away. Nate, I don't know what to do. And I had to like calm him down. I'm like, listen, do this, call the cops. And it was just this moment of like, it was 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It's like the time that your kids or your family would call you.
Yeah, call you,
Yeah,
right.
it was so personal, and it's just those things happen naturally. You know, for me at least.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, especially the way, you know, you build in that order, in that manner. So that's definitely dope. And he feel like, you know, you're someone that he can call on and, you know, got his best interest.
That's right. That's right.
So that's definitely dope and commendable.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like today, man, I seen you post something hot and heavy, man, and that's something that we kind of like deal with on a daily basis. You know, people watching and they feel to believe that that's a form of support by just putting their eyes on it, but not engaging.
Yes.
So
and they're on the sideline, and when you show up, it's funny. We go places or what have you, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I seen your daughter, I seen this," but it was so easy for you to click the like or
you ain't do it.
And really that just helps us. Like that inspires us, and that just gives us the motivation to push on. So, oh my gosh, you hit that. I'm like, oh my God, I guess it's not just us. Because sometimes we think it's just us and you don't want to say anything, but just you saying that, like,
it resonated.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely resonated, man, because it's just like, you know, I always tell my people this and my partners this too. Like, just imagine, right, if it go both ways. If family supported one another, like, okay, you got 50 family members.
Yeah.
And they all share a part of your content, right? That's 50 friends that you're not friends with their friends.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we can all be each other's successor if we participate and engage. But I just don't know what's behind it to just keep them watching.
Right.
You know?
Right. It's true. And it's like, as you're saying, if you got 50 family members, they all share it. Just think about that exposure. 50 times whatever they have watching them.
Right.
But people don't find that space to, it's almost like a social currency that people feel like they giving away something by giving a like or a share. They feel like
or a follow.
Or a follow,
It's like so hard for you to follow.
Right. Like how many likes do you think, you don't realize it's unlimited likes and follows you can give? You think they got a certain amount. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, if it's dope or if it's some content that I like or something, either I'm gonna share it, show love to it, or whatever the case may be, or save it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or send it to somebody in the real. So all of that currency, social currency, still get to you behind the scenes. Like if you don't even see it, but I might share somebody that you might not know.
Right.
They might share it to by somebody they don't know.
Right.
And that's 10 reels shared of you that you don't even know that's been shared.
That's right. That's right.
So it's like that aspect of it, you know, is just mind boggling to me. Just like, you know, I don't know what's behind it of, you know, the support, but the non-support. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it feels like some type of having some type of attachment to like, okay, well, I just knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know where, when, where, what time, but I got to see it and I feel like I was a part of it, but I wasn't a part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny because earlier today, the same time, like when I sit down and I make certain content clips in the car, I try to, sometimes I do multiple because I'm like, I don't know when the next day I'm gonna feel like doing this. One of the other clips that I've created that I was debating on dropping this one or the one I dropped is a similar concept. It's the idea of when you start to get to a certain level, people start to reach out to make sure they still have access to you.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Oh my gosh.
That's definitely
People
true.
you haven't heard from and I don't know how long.
Forever. You get to a certain point, it's like, hey, how you doing? I'm just hope all is well. Like, I'm just checking on you. You like, are you? They just trying to make sure you're gonna respond back to see if they can still reach you. Because now they like, I see them going. Let me make sure I'm still in the
My
circle.
husband says this all the time, and I'm always like, no way. Like maybe they just I'm the benefit of the doubt person. So I'm always like that. I don't know.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's that though. They because when you're working and you grinding and it seems like you're not moving enough, they quiet. But once you make some traction that's significant and they start feeling like they may possibly get left, that's when it's like, yo, what's good? How you? I'm just, just here checking on you, just making sure I can still reach you.
Right. Oh, he answered. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The number's still the same.
Yeah, you have.
Yo, that's true.
Yeah.
The number's still the same. It's like for you to have to ask that. That's how you know we don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? It's whack, but it happens all the time. I had the same number since like junior high.
Wow.
So I get people that hit me from 20 years ago, like, Nate, this is still you. And then I'm like, I wonder why, what is it? So I'm friendly. I'm like, yo, I'm chilling. Then they go right into it. Yeah, I was sitting here looking at TV and I saw you pop up on the joint, and I'm wondering, like, yo, that's my homie. I know him. I was telling my wife I know him. I'm like,
well, you just called.
Yeah, exactly.
Just randomly.
Yep, it's never random. It's something that they see that say, can I still reach him? You know,
right.
But I'm gonna post that one. That one is coming. That clip is coming.
Yeah, because what's so funny about that? Me and her just had a conversation about that, and we was just talking about that with the owner of the liquor brand that I just was talking about, the Uncle Nearest.
Yeah.
And she always go out promote her liquor brand, and she meet and greet with everybody, kind of like the concept that we're gonna get into later. But a guy came up to her and he was like, "You don't remember me, right?" This went viral.
I saw that.
But he was like 6, 7, and 8th grade. And I'm like, man, this woman life's been lifing.
Yeah.
So it's like, what makes you think that she's just gonna automatically go to 6, 7, and 8th grade?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I was like, man,
they dragged her from the way she responded. Because she was joking, kinda.
Exactly.
But it was just that a lot of people was like, yo, you should have remembered them. And then some people was like on her side, like, well, she did a lot, so it's hard for her to remember. It was just like, it was two sides to it.
Yeah, it was two sides
Her reaction was just so sarcastic.
Yeah, that's why.
So everybody else took
They
it
felt
wrong.
like she embarrassed them and all that.
embarrassed
But
them.
he was dead serious. He was like, yo, 6, 7, 8th grade. He was serious.
He started naming other people they used to hang with and go down the slide with. I was like,
He was dead serious.
She was like,
I think she thought he was lying at first too.
Exactly, that's what it looked like.
She thought he was like using that as a way to get in. So she was like, yo, y'all hear this dude? He talking about 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Whole time he had a class picture in his back pocket.
That's what I said. Yeah, show me a picture or something.
Right. He had a class picture on him, man.
That's funny, man. That's so funny, man.
So let me ask you this. With your busy, I guess, days and just being busy because you have so much going on, do you have any routines? Like, how do you start your day? Like, do you start with like a meditation, or like, how do you get prepared for the day? Your every day.
Man, I wish I did. I ain't gonna lie. I wish. I need some of that in my life. Some peace and some like meditating and stuff. I gotta start something because my life is in shambles right now.
King.
Right. My life crazy, man.
He like, Daddy, wake up, I'm hungry.
It's them. Yep, they my alarm. Them dudes wake me up every day. For real. No routine yet. I need one though.
Yeah, definitely, man. So like, me and you had this conversation offline. So do you think that we would get to that tangible state of CDs again, or something tangible, because the way streaming is going and the numbers ain't numbering? Like, do you feel or believe? Because I mean, vinyls are going up.
Yeah.
So it's like I see it going somewhere, or it's going to be something basically for your base only. I don't know, but it's something tangible that's needed now.
Yeah. What's dope is that we are going back to a place where artists and the consumers realizing like, okay, they got to be a one of something, like either a unique copy or even me as a consumer, I want to own this piece of music that I bought from the person.
Right.
But what I start to realize is I don't think it's going to go back to necessarily vinyl or CD player, because the technology is dated and limited.
Right.
But I do think that there is going to be a new form of technology, a new form of player that is digital, that you can grab and purchase, and then you can play that thing on this item. So I think in the future, the television is going to evolve into more of a holographic device where you'll buy something that's probably this big, and when we turn it on, it's going to shoot up in front of all of us, and all of us is going to have a perspective on it. Like, for me, it's forward. For you, it's facing you. And for you, it's facing you. Like, I believe that we're going to move into spaces like that. But then in terms of music consumption, I think something like that is going to come where we have something here that's in front of us where we can play music, but it's not a CD. It's not a vinyl, but it's something that allows music to play in here. And we'll be able to go and buy music for that thing.
Or to what you're saying, to piggyback off what you're saying, kind of like, it'll be something like a holograph to where the artist holograph is there and you get to perform with the artist or see it live
now
with
you're
the artist.
Yeah, something that's like that. And then when you buy it, it may become custom to the one who bought it.
Exactly.
The artist is there holographically talking to you now. Like you bought your version of that, you know? So I do think that's the that it'll be tangible in the sense of you own it, but it ain't gonna be tangible in the sense of you're touching it like a CD vinyl.
Right. Yeah.
But it's going back to that sense of like I'm buying my copy of it. Because you remember NFTs try to pop off for a second. Yeah, it crashed and burned because I think the whole technology of like crypto was still in debate. It's still hard to see. NFTs was too tied to crypto.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, you had to buy it with crypto, and everybody's not using crypto yet. So if all currency was digital, then I think NFTs would have did better. Because it was all coded with the crypto only. So that's that stopped a lot of us from using it.
Right. And I think when Tory did what he did, it kind of like
that was a wrap.
That was a wrap.
Said, we gonna lock him up first. Then we gonna shut down it was a wrap. That killed it. So he was on to something though.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, you get to pay what you want, or you know, you paid $1, you get to own 5 copies for $5.
Yeah,
and, I mean, and it was his fan base, so that went through the roof.
Yeah,
very
then
fast.
It allowed you to resell your copies of it to other people. So everybody owned a piece of it.
Right.
Yeah. So
that was
it was
a dope concept.
Yeah, that was dope, but it was too fast, too fast for the world, too quick.
Yeah, man.
So they was like, oh no, we can't have this.
Kanye tried to come up with something at one point.
That was smooth though. Yeah, like where you have your own. It was where you had your own. His own music was on that player. Just his music.
Yeah,
you couldn't add nothing like from nobody else, but I think it just was his music.
It was just his, right?
Yeah.
And what you had to plug your headphones into that player or something like that to play it?
So.
It was a physical item,
yeah.
I think that might have been a hardship of it because I think people just want less. They want to hold on to less. That's why, like, you notice the phone. We barely hold our phones. We got headsets, the glasses.
Right, the glasses. Yeah.
Nobody want to hold something, put a headphone jack in and put it in. It's just too many things to touch, but it got to be awaited for it to be digital.
Yeah,
I think definitely.
Unless it goes back to like just people that do collectibles, right?
Yes,
that likes collectibles. Yeah. So like the CD we purchased, right? I mean, the first thing we wanted to do, or we thought about, was like, how we gonna listen to it?
Right.
So we like. I'm an avid book reader. So initially I probably went through 2 or 3 different like Nooks and things like that. But originally I was kind of disappointed when he brought me the Nook because it was like every week I got a gift of a book. Like he would bring me home just gifts. That's like a good gift to me.
Right.
And it kind of got away. But if you go in there, I actually got a bookshelf with books on it.
Right.
So some people want to have that tangible.
Right.
Yeah, and they're just collectors, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And those are the ones who've been buying the records.
Right.
Yeah.
Cardi sold, I think she sold 88,000 records, and 90% of them was the Generation X who don't have a record player.
Yeah.
They all bought it. Generation Z, the newer generation.
Gen Z,
it's all collectibles for them. All collectibles. She was autographing them. It was like $40. It was collectibles.
It's collectibles, man.
So in the sense of that, I think collectibles is definitely back. But the consumption part, like to listen to it, it's a bit of a challenge. You had a CD player in the car, so I was like, yo, they got a CD player. That was fire.
And we argued on our way home.
She kept telling me I didn't have one.
I was like, no, we don't.
I know I got one in there.
No, it don't. As soon as we got out the car, he went to the car. I told you, put it in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess we do.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, you got a CD player. I got to check my car. I probably got one too, because I got a 2022 Toyota.
You might.
But we don't even look for them.
Don't even look for it.
I got to check. Check. I appreciate y'all buying it too. Y'all bought the first copy.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Ever in life.
Support.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's definitely just support.
Yeah,
that's
definitely,
love,
man.
for real,
because
for real.
I know how it feels, man. A lot of people say it, but to actually put the action in and actually get out there and help and support somebody, man, I know what that feels like. So, I just like to return that and give people that feeling because, I know that was a special moment for her. Like I said, just to have somebody to know that you're buying something that I put my all into.
Absolutely.
So that was definitely dope.
Yeah. And we want to be a part, of the everything. You have to create your own village, your own, you know, like you said,
community.
you're from the Bronx, so that's probably where your family majority.
He's from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
Right? From Brooklyn.
You can get him the Bronx.
I just let her finish, but in my mind, I was like, not the Bronx. That's crazy. That's cool. Because we stayed doing that. We be like, the Bronx. You know, out of all places. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Anybody from the Bronx, anybody from Brooklyn gonna be like, yo, I know how you feel, man. Nah, but what you were saying, my bad.
Like us in Baton Rouge, like, oh my gosh, don't say we from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, that's how we are, man.
Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is, you know, you just kind of creating your own community here.
Yeah.
That's all. So you know your supporters and that sort of thing. So that's why we come out, because, you know, just to support and that sort of thing.
Thank you. It's super important just to build out a tribe that's going to move with us and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. That's why I tell you, man, like, man, don't never be afraid to call, man. If I can come, I'm going to come help you. Because I just, like I said, man, to me, I always tell people the old way still work.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get out there and be sociable, because social media has become overcrowded.
Yeah.
So it's like now people going to want to put, you know what I'm saying, faces to these songs and live performances and see people, you know, interact with them, because, you know, right now I think that's the thing I was reading not too long ago. People was like, man, live music is like making a comeback for real. For real.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a need.
Especially in the days of this AI. AI can't perform live.
Can't perform live, man.
Yeah.
So speaking of AI, man, how do you feel like between the AI movement and the regular R&B artists? Like it's like a give and a take right now. Like, you know, you got some people like, well, you know, this person that's good, she making a living, but then there's other people like, man, it's not fair. Like,
Right. It's such an interesting time, because the music that the AI systems are making are so phenomenal, and it's almost like it sound like real people, it feel like real people, and then it's levels to how you can use it. You can write the song and hand it to the AI system, and it's going to create a record, or you can just type out a prompt and say, make something about this. So it's not going nowhere. I'm gonna say that it ain't going nowhere, but there are certain entities like iHeart just recently created a law saying they're not playing
non-human,
you're gonna see that fight where it's like, oh, nah. But I feel like we saw this fight with, like, when things went digital, it was like, oh, it's no MP3s, it gotta be real, or there was like Napster getting sued, and then eventually now streaming is everything. So it's like the music business is always gonna have this fight, but I know AI is not going nowhere, because the simple fact that, and this is a point that I heard somebody make, I forgot where I heard it from, but the first form of like an AI was auto-tune.
Right.
It was all about simplifying the creation of music. At one point, everybody had to sing for real.
Yeah, you had to have it.
Yeah, had to sing. It was no beating around the bush. Then you got the auto-tune where now it could put you in pitch. So it ushered in a whole generation of non-singers to the point where now there's more auto-tune songs out than regular.
Songs, right.
So now you move it to AI where the person don't have to make anything with their voice. They just write, and now it's a song. So as long as the culture keeps shifting to making music easier and easier, and it keep allowing more less talented people to make money off the game, it ain't going nowhere.
I think what's the problem is, and I said this the other day, so AI is one of those things we have to train, right? And I was like, so who's going to train it? Because, okay, you have that artist, whatever the artist's name is, right? And I seen Isaac Hayes does this. He did it. He made a song and it had the same voice.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, it has to learn something from somebody, because you're going to keep getting that same sound. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like, true. That's hard, because now you have a bunch of singers out there, you know, the smart ones or the educated ones that's going to be like, okay, my voice is trademarked or copywritten or whatever the case may be. So now, how many AI artists are you going to have that's that different?
That's a good point. It's only a certain amount of voices the AIs are using right now.
Exactly.
Before they start sounding the same. It's a good point. Because I think that, let's talk about the app Suno. I think what they use to train Suno as the base voice line is like, they kind of started to pick apart the sounds. It sounded a little bit like Jennifer Hudson, a little bit of Beyonce in there. There's like a couple artists that you could start to really listen when you listen to that Xana Monet artist that everybody tripping about. A little bit of K Michelle. That's why certain artists are flipping about it, because they like, yo, this sound like me a little bit. They trained it with certain artists. So that's why it's spitting out that same. I put a song in I played around with Suno. I put in some lyrics and said, make a song about whatever. And it sounded just kind of like the Xana Monet artist. It's the same.
wow.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's a limited amount of sounds that it could create before people start crashing into the same sound, and then
Exactly.
you can't use it no more.
And that's what I'm saying, like, because one thing I seen on a Breakfast Club, and that was true what Kalani said. It was like the difference between us and them is God, like the spirit.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's being trained, but that's how we able as humans to have so many different variations in sounds, and we can tell them apart. We can tell who Stevie Wonder is. We can tell who Brandy is just by from hearing them. Yeah. And everybody can sing, but we can know their tone, how high they go, how low they go. Yeah. Like we can really do that as humans. Right. You know what I'm saying? Dissect the sound and the vibrations. But when you have a AI situation, I think it's hard because you have to train it without interfering with the humans. Yeah. So that's
a good point. We all have a code. Our voice is coded in our DNA, our fabric.
Exactly.
It's like a unique footprint, fingerprint of each of us. Exactly. And AI is trying to replicate it with code. It'll never be the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the distinguished, situation from it. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's true.
Definitely, man. It's true. So yeah.
So with let's talk about just lessons you've learned. You've been in the game over 20 plus years. So what would be what's one of the most valuable lessons you've learned?
I would say don't be afraid to switch up your approach to the success in this game. I started out in a group, then I ended up solo, then I ended up as a writer. I rapped at one point, then I became a CEO. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just moving not the flag post, but just moving the position. But it's all the same goal, to create and get good music out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to play the back burner, just to push, to play coach. You could play point guard, you could play center. Right. That's what I learned. The most valuable thing is and also I learned that bring value to people. Bring value to the game. Exactly. Don't be the guy in the room that's just trying to scoop up all the plugs. Right. Be resourceful. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You'll get something out of being resourceful first. Like, you got value, you bring something to the table. I meet people, I tell them what I do, what I can do. Right. Then it's an exchange. It's exchange. Right. Yeah. Right. Most valuable for me, those two. Definitely. That's dope. Man, like, so like, what are some things like in the industry where you feel like it's oversaturated? You felt like it's been kind of more false, like a narrative that's been painted false, but they felt like, okay, this is the thing that you have to do. But then when you finally got your foot in, you was like, man, that was a total lie. I would say it's a few things. So one is the age cap on music. You gotta be a teenager. You gotta be 18. You gotta be 20. Definitely, rap for that. Nah, definitely. That's cap. And the reason why I think that's creative is because younger artists are more impressionable. They're more easier to take advantage of. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They don't know their business. They don't have any real responsibilities, so they just fall for contracts. Yep. I think that's one of the things. And also, the message that the music industry, the industrial complex, want to put out is the music to corrupt our environments and to destroy our youth. Right. So who's talking about that? Other kids. Put more kids out to, instruct other kids. You get some adults that been through something, that already been through all of the young stuff, and now they like, all right, look, y'all need to save y'all money. Right. They ain't putting out no records about that. Nah. Invest your money. They like, nah, we can't sign him. He's educating people. Nah. Right. We gonna take the kid right there that want to smoke, dance, kill people. He don't know nothing yet. Yeah, they not gonna take the guy that been locked up and got his life together, sign him and put his music out. So that's one thing I learned. It ain't no cap on music. The cap came from the idea and message they wanted to put out. Gotcha. And I learned that from getting in the game and paying attention.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, like what's going on? What's really going on? And then you start to meet and work with older artists that's more seasoned, and you see a pattern. It's like when he was younger, he had his deal. And I learned from a lot of these guys. I had convos with some of the legends that been through this. They like, yeah, it was easy for me to get pushed out and go on tour, and they put all this bread behind me when I was making songs and music about this. But the minute I learned about the business, wanted to partner, ask for my masters, and just the things that adults do. It was a wrap. We ain't even want to do business with you. So that was one. Another thing that I hear that's often is like it's complete nonsense is there's no money in music. Yeah, that's one of the craziest things. Insane. It's billion hedge funds is even dumping money in the music industry, buying catalogs. So do you think that's because
I mean, because I hear more on our side of the culture, but I never hear about their side, but I just hear from our people just talking about it's never no money in music. It's never no money in music. But I really believe it's money in music, because if it wasn't, then okay, what would radio have to entertain you? Radio is not just broadcasting, about daily news. It's about it, emotions.
Right.
It's,
Right.
So they know how to capitalize with the music to get your ears and your eyes now, because now it's on television as well. But they know exactly how to get you with the music to, make their company make the money that they're, looking for, and make them resourceful.
It's very true. And another thing, you got to understand, 90% of the people who say there's no money in music, they don't know how to capture that bread. They not registering their songs properly.
Right.
They ain't coding it. They not MLC, ASCAP, BMI, whatever. They don't even know.
They're
Those
not doing
bags
none of that. Yeah.
are going into a black box somewhere and just going
to the major artists.
Yep.
And they get the rest of your money.
Yep.
Speaking on that, just to touch a bit on what you was talking about, because I really did want to talk about this. Now, since we have this so-called movement about what we're talking about in the music. Now, let's talk about it. Do you really think these people really want to push the new movement to stop talking? I'm just talking about as a community, to just stop rapping or stop singing or whatever about the things that's harm to the culture. Because you do have those artists out there.
Right.
So what's stopping them for getting behind the artist that's already talking with a message?
See, I don't think that the music industry is a part of that movement. They are not going to support that.
Right.
What's happening is artists are learning how to get their message out because of social media. It's no stopping it. You can't put a harness on that. And some of that music that's even in the Christian world or in the gospel world, they making trap gospel and drill gospel.
Right.
That's been building up. But the thing is, the label system has no control anymore. So they starting to try to say, oh, maybe we should change the message a little. No, they can't do nothing about it.
Right.
An artist could go on TikTok and trend right now with a song about Christ, and it hits 100 million people.
Right.
Now the label got no choice but to go, yo, how can we throw some bread at him, get him in a situation so we can get some bread with him? But realistically, they don't want to push that message.
Nah.
But I will say this, they got to go with whatever make money.
Right.
But this is what I think they do too. Not to cut you off, I think what they do too is I think they just monopolize the game, right? For instance, so okay, they put money behind that person, right? They buy them up, they shelve them.
Yeah.
Because once again, to go back to what you said, they young, they don't have their businesses in order.
Right.
They don't know the business. So what they do is they get them all hyped up, might get them an advance or whatever the case may be. The advance ain't nothing but a write-off for them.
Right.
So guess what?
Right.
Boom, we get them, sign them, shelve them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. To
Get
quiet them down.
And that's a competition, positive, push that we can just quiet them and we don't have to worry about this anymore.
Yep. Get them out the way, and so we can push our guys.
Exactly.
Move them out the way. Yep. That happens a lot.
Yeah, because the first thing they run to is okay, well, I see this can make me bigger, but the whole time their whole play is he getting too big. Let's get him out the way.
Yeah, this is true. And music is interesting because it's one of the only things, assets that it doesn't have no overhead. It just sits and collects money. That's why Wall Street is getting involved in buying these catalogs, because it's I don't have to pay to store it nowhere. I don't have to maintain it. There's no overhead to keep this alive.
To keep it alive, like a bank or anything.
Yeah, it's just sitting and generating bread forever in most cases. So everybody's like, yo, how could we? I think they said The Weeknd just did a deal the other day for $1 billion.
Yeah, he did like $1 billion.
Yeah, for his catalog all the way up until now. So that means whatever he released moving forward, they don't get none of that. Everything he released over the last 15 years, The Weeknd been out. $1 billion?
$1 billion.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yo, he cashed out 200 years of lifetime on that. You know what I'm saying? But it's because it's no maintenance.
Wealth.
Yo, for real, he got it all in one day.
Yep, in one day, man.
And then could create new stuff and
keep it moving.
But at the same token, they'll say there's no money in music.
Man, there's money in music, man.
Yeah,
there's money in music.
A lot of bread, man.
Because you got to think, if they spending $1 billion, right, and they own that, right, they don't have to go back to the weekend for nothing that's been played in the new movie or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that really lasts long. They know what they're doing. You know, that really lasts long. You know, you got that movie, might hit the box office for a certain amount of weeks, then now it's on, you know, streaming platforms.
That's right.
And now it's on, you know, still a little Blu-ray here and there.
Yep.
So that continuously to generate
forever.
Yeah,
forever. It just keep going, you know.
Forever. Because I don't think when people hear that, I think they look at the big number, but they don't understand that's not just for the now. So if I spend that billion, guess what? That billion gonna be 5 billion because it's gonna be for my children.
That's right. That's right. That's why Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog. Because he's like, this is going to play for another 60, 70 years at a high level, but probably for indefinitely. Like I said 60, 70 years, but it just, the Beatles music is still in movies. Yeah. It's still on TV commercials. It's still timeless. It's still Beatles fans. It's still, you know what I mean?
And then you got to think, when they sample it, that counts too.
That too. That's a good point. Sampling. Yes,
all that counts. So it's like, man, it's never ending. You know, it's never ending. So, you know, like it's a give and take, but it's still smart business on both ends.
Yeah.
So definitely.
All right. So tell us, since you have so much going on, what is next? What do you have coming up next?
I'm about to start dropping music again, man. I gotta start dropping again.
Yeah, man. That's good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man, because we got you on the screen right now.
Oh, word, good looking out.
Cash Out is probably my favorite.
Which one?
Cash Out.
Oh, thank you.
You know mine, Long Way Home.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, you put that, man. I'm telling you, I see it in the movie, man. Tyler Perry, man. Look, I'm telling you.
You heard him, man. You heard him.
I'm telling you, man.
Yes. I don't know if you gotta what you have to do to get in movies, because like when I heard it, I'm like, man, he should really put his songs in some soundtracks.
There's like sync companies that they like the liaison between music supervisors who place records and the artists. So I've been dealing with a lot of them now, sitting in them Snow catalog, and I'm about to package up mine and send it out. So yeah, that's definitely a play that I want to make.
Okay,
definitely, man, because you got some bangers, man.
Appreciate that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Fire.
Appreciate it, man.
So you say you were gonna go back into, you're gonna make some more music. So you said that you didn't dabble in rap. So what you gonna do? You're gonna go back to some R&B. You're gonna do a little rap.
I'm gonna probably do both. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, because now for me, I feel like the pressure's off me. See, when I was the only artist, it's like, oh, everything got to be perfect. Now, Mia and Hooper, like my artist music got to be perfect. Me. At my heart, I'm an artist, and I got stuff I just want to put out.
Right.
And I don't really care what it do necessarily. Right now, I'm chilling. I just want to get some of this stuff off my hard drive. I got some new ideas, new things I've been through, stuff about my kids, just things that I'm gonna put it out instead of letting it sit on a computer.
Yeah, just give it to them, because I always tell my daughter this, man. You might feel like it's old to you, but it's new to new ears. Always new to new ears. They got 1 million people out there that haven't figured out who you are now. Yet, but they're waiting on something like you to come through. So
very true.
I definitely tell people, encourage people, man, like, don't never think something is too old, because they can always have new ears that had never heard nothing that you put out. And it's something you said that's spot on. They might be out there waiting for something like you. Exactly.
So when you finally come along, if their favorite artist, you resonate with them in a way that nobody else have. And I think a lot of artists get mixed up and think they have to target another artist fan base. Like, I need to get those fans. Like, I need Chris Brown fans. Nah, go out there. You may get some of those fans along the way, but when you develop your base, there's people that's just for you and that you just for them.
Exactly.
When you find them, you good, because they become your community.
Yeah, that's your community, man. I mean, you know, and I mean, I watch like La Russell, man. I watch him build his community, man, and that was dope. You know how he did it, and he give good educational pointers on how he built it, and he be honest about a lot of his stuff that he talk about. I had to deal with this; it didn't work out, but we still did this, and then so that. But I think sometimes with social media, it's too much information. Yeah. So they might get focused, and then they get unfocused because somebody comes counter what they was focusing on. Like, oh no, you're not going the right way. They're not telling them they're not going the wrong way, the right way, but what they is doing, they just giving them another thought, then somebody else give them another thought, then another thought. Then so now they just in shambles, because now they back to square one. Right. Not understanding which way to go, because it's so much information.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's overconsumption.
Yeah, man. So a lot of people get lost in the sauce like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not bad. It's just that you just got to stick with your guns, you know, because that's what most people have done that have these success stories, you know.
And you got to know how to filter out what applies to you or what makes sense for you. You know, you can't take everything and try everything. You got to listen and kind of try to put the pieces together based on what you heard, what you listened to, what you watched, what your situation is. You know what I mean? Everybody can't go build a house in their backyard like LaRussell.
And that was cool what he said, because it was like, okay, today actually I seen that he was like, man, you know, I was going, Russ called him to go on tour, and he was building, and he was like, man, I can't go because I'm building. Yeah. But anybody else was like, man, that's an opportunity.
They would have, See what I'm saying? Right, yep.
But he stuck with what he believed in that was going to work for him. Yeah. And it worked for him.
It worked perfectly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Most artists would have been like, Bill, what? I'm out. We going on tour? Exactly. Yo, I let my mom's build that. Yo, we leaving. But he was like, he really stayed there, built it, and then it turned into something that nobody ever seen.
Never seen before.
Yeah, so when you think about it, it's almost like, it's like Noah's Ark. It's like, I'm building this. I'm going to have concerts here. I'm going to build a career here. He would probably sound crazy to everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. It's like saying, oh man, we're going to perform in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like people like, man, what?
But the beauty of it is that's the type of insanity that you got to have in this game to make it. You got to believe whatever you're doing is going to work, and it'll work that way. Yeah. Yeah, you got to believe it.
What they normally say, like, you have to be delusional.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to go into delusional.
Yeah, man. And that's true, though. That's absolutely true, man. And that's why I say, man, you know, I encourage people, like, man, to stick to your guns, man. Like, you're going to have naysayers and people telling you, man, you crazy. How you going to do that and this and that? Or, you know, this, man, just keep going. Keep going, you know, because a lot of people need that inspiration, you know. So, man, just keep going, showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. And I think, I have one more. I think this will be my final. So, in your career, are there any like regrets?
It was a regret that I had at one point. And, well, it's just probably two. I'll mention two. One and then two. But one I kind of let go of because I'm like, who knows? One was, and this is the one that I let go of. I had this song that I did a long time ago. It was called Spider-Man. And at the time, Justin Bieber was buzzing. He was just getting, you know, he was kind of getting to that point. And I had these A&Rs. They heard the record. I just submitted it to them on this live listen they was doing. And they was like, yo, we want to submit this to Justin. They really wanted to give it to him. And I'm like, I wanted to put the record out for myself. I'm like, I'm going to 106 in Park to go audition. I got to do this, man. I got to Yo, what? I'm like, nah, you can't get this, B. You can't. So I ended up putting the record out myself. It did like double wood. It didn't do nothing.
You could have gave it to Justin.
I could have gave it to him. The Spider-Man movie came out. I'm like, yo, this probably could have been on the soundtrack to this and that.
I wouldn't even watched it.
Yo, word, right? Like, I can't even do this.
But guess what? Your kids love
I know, right? They love him. So now I'm like, it's haunting me. Every time I see Spider-Man, I hear the song. But I'm like, I got over it in time because I learned, like, all right, I bet it on myself. Right. Cool. I bet on myself. But that was just one that I'm like, damn, man, Spider-Man, Justin Bieber, I'd have been out of here.
Right.
They wanted
That's
the
your
record.
way of kind of coddling yourself. Like,
I have to do that. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. If I don't do that, I'm not gonna make it out here, man. Yeah, I'm not, because it was hard on me. But that was one that bothered me because I'm like, damn, I should have just gave the record away. But I learned later, you know, when you writing records, be open to handing them out. I wasn't ready then. I was an artist then. You see what I'm saying? Why it's like, don't be afraid to switch up your hustle. I didn't have that mentality yet to switch over and become the writer. I was 100% artist. I was like, I'm going to 106 in Park. I'm performing this. I don't care about Justin Bieber. He's my op right now. He's competition. Then the second thing I would say, yo, right, like, cause he was, you know, he was op at that. He was an op. So the second one though, and I'll mention this because I could have did a better job, and I was young, but it's not really an excuse. So once I started getting on these hooks, DJ K Slay, rest in peace. He heard one of my records. He heard the one with Papoose. He actually played it first on Hot 97 for me. I didn't know him. He reached out to me, said, yo, come to the studio, Nate. You dope. You bodied this hook. This was dope. And he would call me to the studio and be like, yo, Nate, I need you to come up with a hook for this, a hook for this. And every time he did that, the records that he had me write hooks for was like bigger rappers. Mano, Fred the Godson, rest in peace. Davies, everybody. It was a joint with 2 Chainz he put me on, Rico Love. He would call me and I wouldn't even know what I'm getting on. He'd just be like, come up with something to this. Everything I came up with, he kept it, put it on his mixtapes, and I was on songs with everybody. And then he was also on Hot 97 at the time, so he would play the songs. He'd play 3 or 4 of them in one night. Shout me out, yo, Fly Nate. That's what he was calling me. And then I end up getting another manager, DJ Absolute. Shout to Absolute. Well, I didn't have no manager when K-Slade was putting me in the studio. Absolute came and he was managing me. He put me, Absol did this thing too, got me on some bigger records, French Montana, Pusha T, but K-Slade called me, Nate, I need you in the lab. And then I'm like, yo, Absol, Slade need me in the lab. Absol like, tell him to hit me, because now it's a protocol. There's the management protocol, and I'm like, all right, Slade, hit Absol. And Slade didn't like it. He like, yo, but what you even doing? Like, what you doing? Like, and mind you, they 2 DJs in New York. K-Slade was probably more respected at the time. So he looking at Absol like, all these records I put you on and you went and signed with the little homie. And now I can't get you in the studio. That's how he felt about it. And it wasn't that. I just was like, Absol was like, yo, tell him hit me, which was protocol. And it just all fell out to where me and Slade didn't speak for years off of this. It came to the point where he was like, yo, if my name came up around Slade, he was like, I don't rock with Nate, because he he moved funny with me after I did so much for him. And I didn't really understand it at this time. I'm like, damn, why he doing this? I took that personal, like, why would he be saying that I'm moving funny? And all I did was tell him this, and I just let so much time go by. Then I bumped into him one time at this spot called Daniel Leather, which is a store in a famous leather store in New York. I saw him, I bumped into him years later, and this was a decade later after we both just went in our own directions, did so much after that. And then I had a moment to talk to him briefly. I'm like, yo, Slade, what's good? Like, you know, it was friction there. And I'm like, listen, I just want to let you know, I'm grateful for everything you did for me. And I'm sorry the way that turned out. I never knew that, you know, if you felt like I was dissing you in any way. I just heard it later, because through the years, different people would be like, yo, you heard of Nathaniel? Because I was still popping in New York. But every time he heard my name, it was like, nah, I don't rock with that dude. Because he looked at it like I did so much for that kid, and he just spun on me. And it really wasn't the case. So what I regret is letting so much time go by, because there was even a moment for me that I was just like, yeah, I ain't hitting Slade up. You know what I'm saying? He never found it, like, not to say he never found, but he never like do another hook guy under the wing like that over these years. I didn't see it. I would watch certain things he was putting out. It was nobody else that Slade was throwing on songs the way he was throwing me that alley-oop. And I really let too much time go by. Then COVID came and RIP, he passed away from that. So, you know, I look at it like, I'm glad we had that convo in the store, because when we talked, he was like, all right, it's cool. We shook, dapped it up. I just made it very clear to him, like, yo, I'm sorry that I was young. I didn't think enough to make sure you was good. Get on that phone with you, like, listen, I don't want no smoke. Absol's telling me to do it this way. Absol, get on a 3-way, Slade 3-way. Let's figure this out. As a man, I could have known how to do that. But younger, soon as I heard he felt the way, I felt the way. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, word, he ain't rocking with me? I ain't rocking with him. And I regret that. I do. I regret that. And not even to work with him anymore. It was just because I cared about him. He cared about me. He did stuff for me that nobody did. I was still in the hood when he was putting me on all those songs. I would go up to the Hero store 2 a.m, people stopping me in the street. Yo, Nate, I just heard you on the radio. Slade, he's shouting you out over and over again. Like, he threw me under the wing how he threw Pat Poose under the wing. You know what I'm saying? So that's a regret that I just wish I moved better. So now I try not to let relationships linger if they went left. If we can fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man.
I ain't mean to hit y'all with something heavy like that.
Man.
I know the Justin Bieber one was funny, but that one was real.
I'm just thinking, like, because, you know, I feel like I had a moment like that, too, where I felt like I was just being, like, too loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a partner that, like, kind of looked out for me. He was my roommate, actually. And he, at the time, it was like in the 90s, LaFace came down, and he told him about me. Boom. This one, we had house phones. So... he must have gave him their number. So boom, I rap for him and everything. So like, man, you dope, man. You come down, blah, blah, blah. I did the same thing you did, trying to be protocol. So boom, I called my manager. Hey man, what you think, man? You think I should go, whatever? Oh man, don't go mess with the people, blah, blah. Tell them call me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Never heard nothing, anything. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, man, damn, I should have took that, you know.
See, I don't think you did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? You hit the manager because that was your manager.
Yeah.
You ain't do nothing wrong. You
Yeah.
was following protocol. Because if you would have took that meeting without the manager, then you could have got looked at like you did something wrong, right?
Yeah, but I should have took it.
Nah, I
But
feel
you had a more recent one. We're not gonna say like the actual, but they wanted to fly you out and like.
Oh yeah.
Fam said I should have took the meeting, man.
I should have took it, man. I should have took it. Yeah, I had another recent one like that too, but it was just too many stipulations and all that. Like, you know, they don't, you know, some people don't consider what you got going on and how you moving, and they just think that their world is bigger than your world.
Yeah.
You know,
nowadays you can't even you can't really trust that it's really legit. What people say.
Yeah, like
Right.
a little, like
Right.
it's a real deal. You got so many scamming, and you know.
I think I called to like confirm, like, hey, I just want to confirm hotel, flight, all. But as soon as that they heard me and it wasn't him, and we didn't present it as anything like that. It was more like I'm his agent and I'm calling them, and that kind of rubbed them the wrong way. And to this day, we're like,
nah, it wasn't really about nothing.
yeah.
You feel like you ain't missed nothing to you. That was
Nah, because I always believe this in life, man. Like, my journey is my journey.
Yeah.
You know, even if I didn't take the meeting or I should have took the meeting, I always say this about people, man. Like, I might go into a situation, right, where I feel like we can make some things work or whatever the case may be, but I might wind up helping them and putting them in a better position mentally, spiritually, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So it's like, I might go there for one thing, but it might wind up being something else.
Yeah.
And I just could see it that way. Like, so I don't even really go in there with expectation, like, oh, I'm gonna get this out the deal, whatever the case may be. I just know that my purpose is there to either encourage or spark the mind, you know, build their confidence back up. I don't know, just being a better human being to them, to let them understand that they do have good human beings in the world. So,
Right.
you know, sometimes like your purpose is just bigger than what you think it is.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. And then also, like, if it's a real opportunity there, you just calling in to check in, shook that up. If it's real, it's real. You know?
Right.
So that's why y'all did the right thing, just validating it. But if just you calling to confirm something,
Correct.
stopped it, it was something wrong to begin with.
Yeah, it was something wrong to begin
Yeah.
with. But the other one, I should have took the meeting.
At least you real about it, like, man.
Nah,
listen.
man, because it's just like, but in that case, you know, not to go too long into it because it's a long story, but I still wind up helping him, you know what I'm saying? In a way that he probably wouldn't even thought it was coming from somebody that was even half his age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as I look back in hindsight, it was so many gems that like I kind of like gave him, and he was older than me.
Yeah.
You know, but I was just there for another reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I just was there for another reason. So, I mean, I don't hold no grudge or nothing to get, you know, over it or nothing like that. It was just a situation where I just felt like, okay, I did my part because that's why I was actually there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So I just look at it like that. That's why I just show up, man, for people, you know. I mean, I'm gonna give you 100, you know, just because I know what it feels like to not get 100.
That's right.
You know,
right.
so if I could be the best human being to help somebody else out, man, it don't cost me nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes back, and not in always ways of somebody giving you something, but sometimes it comes back in the form of knowledge.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It comes back in the form of your mindset shifting to where you develop more patience, to where you can handle things better.
Exactly.
Those adjustments that come with you giving and being more of service is the development. The growth that you get is how it usually come back, for real.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Bro, this is a beautiful conversation.
Yeah, man.
Got to do a part 2.
Yeah, facts. I gotta bring Mia. I gotta bring B Hooper. I gotta bring the artist through.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hit me up, man. Tell her slide through, man.
Support what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came out. I'm gonna bring her down. I got you.
Man. And Hooper, man. And,
I got you. I'm gonna bring him. Man. I got everybody. I'm gonna bring the whole crew down here. Scott,
man.
my partner Scott.
Yeah, bring Scott too, man.
Everybody's welcome.
Yeah, they all welcome, man. And we appreciate you for, man, you know, spending your time with us, man, and tell the people how they can reach you and get in touch with you and contact you if you know, any service or anything.
Yeah, for sure, man. If you need to find me, just go to Google, put in Nathaniel the Great. All my socials come up. Instagram, Twitter, everything just pop up. You know what I'm saying? And let's talk. Whoever's out there, let's talk.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and make sure y'all tune into the Giphted Family Podcast, where we are born to succeed and built to inspire. You heard me?
Let's do it.
Shot. Thank y'all for supporting the Giphted Family Podcast, where we are born to succeed and built to inspire. For exclusive merch, go to giftedalumni.com, hit the 3-stripe icon in the upper right corner, scroll down the shop, and that's where you're going to get exclusive merch from Giphted Alumni. R&B pop sensation, Savior Moore, and also media personality, Vibe with Lay. And you can't forget about the Giphted family as a whole. So make sure y'all stop by giftedalumni.com and shop till you drop. We love y'all. Thank y'all for all y'all support, and continue to tune in to the Giphted Family Podcast. We salute.
They mad I'm